Hey MVPs, RicoKnows here. First and foremost, I'm going to make this video free, so I will not be showing you guys the betting card by any means or any of the props and parlays. I'm only going to give you guys this take on this fight. If you want to see the rest, become an MVP. You guys know the deal. So get to Patreon, search RicoKnows. Nonetheless, looking at the main event here, Brendan Allen versus Chris Curtis. This is a rematch. Okay, it's a short notice fight. Chris Curtis is taking it on short notice. The odds say minus 220 for Brendan Allen, who's 23-5, and plus 180 for Chris Curtis. Sure, bro. If you think that those odds are right, more power to you. I think they're horrendously wrong. These two already fought, and in the fight, I'm not going to be able to show you guys highlights of it. You can probably find the fight online. But what happened was it was a second round TKO or knockout, and it's just Brendan Allen thinking he can bang with you, and then finding out, you can't bang. Like, you cannot be throwing with Curtis. Like, that's not real. Now, Chris Curtis also defends against takedowns like a mother flipper, and I'm going to show you guys that in a second here. But when you start looking at this, 6'2", 185, good kid, 28, Brendan Allen. I think he's on a 5-fight win streak. I'll pull it up here. You guys see it. Lost to Chris Curtis December 4th, 2021, and then he's been winning ever since. So what people and what bettors see is this is a guy on a 6-fight win streak. I apologize, not 5. 6-fight win streak. He's been undefeated. He's been submitting everyone. But, man, I just got to tell you guys, he lost to Chris Curtis, and they started giving him these fish or these wrestlers. Like, none of these guys are really strikers except for Bruno Silva. And we just saw Bruno Silva last week get beat by Chris Weidman. And I'm telling you, Curtis is better than Chris Weidman. Like, even in this fight, though, against Silva, go watch it. Watch your boy Brendan here try to start striking and envisioning that he's a violent man and he's a striker. He's not. This is a grappler who needs to get takedowns, be in dominant body positions, ground and pound, win out rounds this way. Like, he's just not that guy that can go in there and throw leather and let's figure it out. Not with Chris Curtis. No, that's ridiculous. So I don't understand how you get knocked out by a guy and that you couldn't take down, and you go out and you beat a bunch of scrubs, and then magically you're a 2-1 favorite. Like, magically you're a minus 200 favorite. It's crazy. This first fight, if you look at it, knockdowns won by Chris Curtis, total strikes Chris Curtis, significant strikes Chris Curtis, head strikes, right? Body, everything's Chris Curtis. You had a couple legs here, even control time, Chris Curtis. And the best part right here, 0 for 3 on takedowns. You're not getting takedowns. His takedown defense is 92%. If your path to victory is a takedown and you're fighting Chris Curtis, you're not getting that. The only way you're going to beat him is if you touch him and move. Touch him and move. And in a 5-round fight, I hope you're prepared to get on your bike, point fight him and move. Point fight him and move. 5 rounds is a long time to do that. At some point, you're going to get tired. You're going to want to scrap. And you know why Chris Curtis doesn't get tired? This is the worst part about Chris Curtis. He doesn't get tired because he does not push the gas. He is so athletic and so explosive, and he'll piss you off, bro. He is that guy. You ever had like a sports car, and the dudes are going 5 miles an hour so everybody sees you? Shout out to Will Smith in Summertime. Like, why are you going so slow, bro? You got an engine that can hit like 200 miles an hour. Floor it. Let's go. And he's just like, nah, I'm cruising. I got it. I'm cruising. There's a girl right there. I'm cruising. That's Chris Curtis, man. He's got the Corvette. He's got the Ferrari engine, whatever it is. He is the guy but he refuses to floor it. He's just chilling. And I wish he would floor it. So it's difficult, but that's probably why the odds are the way they are. Yes, he's been losing. I consider this a loss. The Imavov no contest. It was a bullshit headbutt. Boom. He just knew he couldn't scrap, so he pretended to get a headbutt. That's real. Kelvin Gastelum. That's a fight right there against Kelvin Gastelum, a really good fighter, but you didn't have the gas to go. You didn't push it. Didn't pick up the pace at all. He's stuck in neutral. I'm losing, and he's chilling. It's crazy to me. But going the distance, right? Looking the part, beating Joaquin Buckley. We just saw Joaquin Buckley. We put our money on him and he won. Joaquin Buckley in a TKO. It was really, you think you can strike? Well, let's figure it out. Joaquin Buckley can strike. Not with Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis is that guy I think there's levels to this, and I think with Chris Curtis, he's the perfect kryptonite for Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen's great, man. He's a good all-around fighter. I know the kids are spamming me. Rico, pick Brendan Allen money line, Brendan Allen money line. And I got you, man. I want to, but not with these odds. Not. This is crazy. A minus 210. That's disrespectful to Chris Curtis. You knock the dude out, and then the books show up and say, yeah, you don't have a chance. I don't buy that, man. I like Chris Curtis in this fight. I think he eventually gets in there and he reminds Brendan Allen he has no chin, which has been his case the whole time. And that young man will probably get exhausted trying to get a takedown, which will not happen. He's not getting a takedown. He's not going to be in dominating body positions. It's just not. That's not his DNA. And it's not in Chris Curtis's DNA. Like, I'm going to be real. So for me, sounds a little absurd, but I like the underdog in the main event. I think he's live. I think you have to respect expected value. This should not be this wide. I think it's irresponsible to take the favorite. Yeah, because if you're taking that minus 210, that means you're parlaying it with other things. It means you're ruining your whole night. I wouldn't do that. I'd bet the underdog and call it good. If you don't know, all my locks, I have 3 locks on this card. They're all on the undercard. So become an MVP, you get the right parlays, and you'll understand what props we're betting on. But for this main event, I just think Chris Curtis is too good to be a plus 168 underdog to somebody he's already knocked out, somebody he's already the kryptonite to or already the counter to. Like, there's nothing Brendan Allen does in the cage that gives him an advantage over Chris Curtis. Nothing that I've seen. And Brendan Allen, if he says he's going to bang with this man, which he has said, watch the press conferences, watch all the clips. He said this. This is crazy. No, you're not going to bang with this man. Chris Curtis already beat you, bro. Stop the fake tough guy shit. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Good luck, y'all. Hope to see you on Patreon.